next guest is ZOOV, a brilliant solution for sustainable mobility based on the use of connected electric bikes. We have Arnaud Rodallec with us, co-founder and CEO at ZOOV. Hi, Arnaud.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me well?
Yes, so please you can share your screen and start the presentation.
Sure. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so hi everyone. So I'll talk and present to you briefly what we are doing here at ZOOV. It's been about a little bit more than 3 years and a half now. And I have with me Benoit and Charles, who both of them are members of our research and data team. And I will let them also present quickly what we are doing and what are the opportunities we can offer to join us at ZOOV for the incoming years. So yeah, first, so a little bit more about what we're doing. So we aim to develop, to deploy and help deploy some other operators, a mobility solution that is based on advanced technology and IoT. So we develop everything in-house, both the product, but also all the services that we can build on top of the product that are profitable and inclusive, with a very important focus on user experience and a focus on Europe to build a strong European industrial leader in the field of micro-mobility and especially e-bike, as we are developing e-bikes in-house. So we have a very heavy focus on R&D at ZOOV. At the moment, we've had over 10 patents and models, and we have very much invested into R&D since 2017 to develop a product and the services on top of this product that are very advanced in terms of technologies and especially that are able to evolve over time. And so the focus is really to have a product, a hardware that is able to send data to the cloud platform and then use this data with especially our data team to be able to better understand the product, to better understand how the people use the product, and to use this to make some improvements on the product and the services over time. So we have two main businesses at the moment. The first one is that the bikes that we've developed in-house, we operate them in two main cities, so at Bordeaux, but especially also at Paris-Saclay. So I guess some of the people here may have seen our bikes in the area of Paris-Saclay at Orsay, Gif, Massy, Palaiseau. We have around 400 bikes that are all over the area that are available for use for the people who have the smartphone mobile app with them. So you can just search for a bike using the mobile app, and then it's pay per use on every trip that you do on the bike. So this is one of the business that we have. Another one is actually providing this technology, so all the bikes, all the IoT systems that we've been developing to some other operators. So in this business segment, we actually position ourselves as a hardware and software provider to make the technology available to other operators so that they can deploy their own service, their own micro-mobility service in the territories where they want to operate. And we've built and signed some first contracts on this new model. But this is actually the model that we are going to really focus on the coming years, especially next year. It's going to be a very important focus of the company to sign more contracts where we provide the hardware and the software, and to build more tools to help those operators achieve profitability in the territories where they are actually launching the product. So a little bit about the team of ZOOV. Something very important is that we're developing everything in-house. This is like the product is really at the core DNA of the company. We are doing the hardware development, so the mechanics, the electronics, all the production is done in-house. We have some everything on the embedded software also is developed in-house, from the IoT to the electronic assist to the capability of having firmware update over the air. Everything is developed in-house, and we built some services on top of that. So we have a cloud platform. The bike connects with the platform. The smartphone connects with the platforms, and this sends data to the platform that we can visualize with our front web applications to be able to visualize this data, get access to information on the bikes. And we have our data team that is focusing on making the most of ZOOV's data, being able to use this data to better operate the bikes, do some optimized rebalancing of the bikes, to understand the power consumption of the bike, try to detect some default on the bikes. And this is really something that is going to grow in the coming years as we are shifting from a very hardware-centric development at first to something that is more and more focused on data, using all the bases that we have today and all the data that are flowing to the platform every day. And this is something very central into the company also, because one of the co-founder of ZOOV is Eric Carrel, which is actually one very famous entrepreneur in France in the IoT sphere. He has been building some IoT companies for over 30 years now, and one of them is Withings, which is actually pretty famous for the IoT into the health system. So it's building some smart scales, smart watches, and it's a company that is very nearby to our company ZOOV, and we are very close to them. And actually, this is really something that matters in the way that we develop the products, is that we share this same DNA in all the companies that Eric has been building for some years now. And so for all this product development, we have around 30 engineers working on all these different parts of the technological aspects. A few words about the technology. So we've been building a bike totally internally that can work in free floating. So we have included a battery inside the bike that is swappable. We can use this battery to charge the bikes directly on the field. This bike is made to be strong, to be robust, but at the same time to be not so heavy when we're using it, so that you have a good experience when riding the bike. So this is something that we've been working a lot on, and this bike also has some self-diagnosis capability, which is something we are working on very heavily to be able to have some more advanced capabilities of self-diagnosis that will help the operator to manage the bikes and to be able to repair all the issues on the bike before it becomes a problem for the end user. Another very important development we've been working on is the parking solution. So we've designed a new kind of station that works like the trolley for the supermarket. We have one dock that is attached on the ground, and then all the bikes are attached together. With this solution, we can park 4 bikes per meter. So it's very compact. It's 4 times higher than anything else on the market. And it's very lightweight, easy to install. And we can use this station to bring some energy to the bikes that are attached to the station. and we have an energy flow coming from the station, from bike to the bike we want to charge. This is actually something that we've been working on already, but we still have a lot to do on this. And that would actually be one of the topics that we are looking people for, is to work on this energy transfer technology and try to be smart in the way we actually send the energy from one bike to another, from the station to the bikes, to really optimize the way we charge the fleet of bikes, and to have the higher availability possible of the electric bikes for the user in the market. And finally, about this station, it's running both on batteries. So we have the option to put some batteries inside the station, but we have also the option to plug it directly to the network, or to the network of a company that will be nearby. And these different options make it very flexible to adapt to different situations. For instance, we can put a station with batteries for an occasional event, and we would actually put the station with a connectivity with the electricity network if this is a station that is meant to be there for the long term. For instance, this is something that we will work on to add near the Massy train station, because we know it's a place where it's a hub of transportation, right? So we know there will have bikes to come and to leave from this area for a long time. So this is something where we are likely to invest a little bit more to have a station that has direct access to the electricity network. And yeah, finally, we have all this services tool on top of the product with a mobile app for the maintenance agents on the field. We have a web application for actually all the ops team, but also the tech team, to be able to operate the fleets, to understand how the bikes are used. And we have also an important tool, which is the data center, which is a tool focused on leveraging the data that are coming from the service to be able to monitor the business, to be able to understand the product, and to be able to improve it over time. And this is really one of the main tools that the research and data team is working on. And I will let Charles and Damien and Benoit, sorry, present a little bit more what we are doing on this data research and data team.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Benoit.
Yes.
Yep. So I'm Benoit Boyagis, and I've done a PhD in signal processing in Telecom Paris. I've been working at ZOOV for the last 2 years, let's say, and I'm part of the data team. So I'm very happy to say a few words about key challenges and main topics we face every day within data subjects at ZOOV. So one main subject I wanted to highlight today is the fact that we gather and we generate a lot of data. We generate data via service usage, meaning within trips done by users. So data is generated from the bike, data is generated from the application of the user mobile phone. And all this data has to be stored somewhere on our backend databases. So the flux of information covers a wide range of different information types, and this has to be taken into account because different data types cannot be processed the same way. So pre-processing data is a task that has to be done every day at ZOOV, so that formatting and preparation of data sets is a huge task within ZOOV. So this is a first main topic, but if we take a step back and look at how to exploit data and the entire ecosystem we are building within the data team, I'd say there are a few main subjects of interest. So we rely on an infrastructure which we work tightly with the backend team to build and to deploy. There are a set of Python libraries where we package some work so that it works like an API. And we have various scheduled tasks to empower data pre-processing every day and at regular time intervals. One very important topic is how to visualize data. So we have an entire let's say, subject, hot topic about how to provide the best dashboards, meaning both designing, security, etc., about sharing visualization with partners and within our organization. And all of these subtopics may be gathered within data exploitation main goal, which, as Arnaud said, is mainly empowered through our website, the data center, which has to be maintained and developed, namely by the data team, and is the main place where we interact in between teams and data. So
hi, everyone.
I'll let Charles.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me as well?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so I will focus a tiny bit more on what we actually do when we need to bring more intelligence into our application, software, etc. So this is a small part of the data, well, a small part, not so much, but this is just where we need the intelligence. So we have two main themes, all the bike-related optimization, which is making the bike more efficient, detecting when something goes wrong, and helping us fix things before they go wrong or before they go too wrong. The other theme is operational optimization. So this is all about understanding the service, monitoring usage, analyzing it, predicting it if possible, and then so as Arnaud told about optimal bike replacement, so it's called rebalancing, for example. So these are the two main themes. Now to dive deeper into what are our current challenges, and they will be our challenges for a couple of months or years more. So this is relevant to the discussion here. Well, we are trying to predict demand, the demand of riders for bikes, that we only measure through approximations, like we measure the actual traffic, but we want to guess the demand. So this is a big problem here. We want to integrate also the knowledge of the people who manage our fleet, because they know things that we don't see in the data. So that's two things to fuse together. And for example, to apply this, we want to give a ranking to the stations where we want to put bikes, so which are more important right now, which are not. And that's the bottom picture on the right, for example. The impact of that is basically that we are understanding better and better our service, and we're able to be overall more efficient. It means more, well, we waste less energy, we make the bikes available where and when they should be, etc. So it's going well, and we want that to be going even much better. So that's what's on the next slide. So we have some big challenges ahead, and I hope to put stars in the eyes of everyone here. So we want to do, one of the things we want to do is to optimize energy and material flows everywhere, because we move batteries to put in bikes, we move bikes to stations so that they get energy. We want our users to do it for us if possible. So that's all a big optimization, so that we can be less wasteful on using trucks or our people to spend time to do all of that. And if we have to do it, for example, do it in an optimal manner. So find the best route. This is kind of a traveler salesman problem. And at the moment, we're pretty unsure if it's even possible to do that because of the operational areas we are working with. And the expected outcomes are, well, making the service more efficient still. Overall, in the end, making it so good, both for people who operate it, like it will be super profitable, and also for people who use it, that will become the leaders, basically. That's the big ambition behind that. And that's all for me.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Charles. I have some questions here. We have just 2 minutes, 1 minute left. I'm going to take one question. So it's gonna just to share my screen. Yeah. So the question is about 5G. So how do you see the arrival of 5G in your business?
Yeah, so actually 5G is bringing a lot of new usage for applications where you need a heavy flow of data. But actually we're already using some kind of new technologies which have a different use cases. We're using a technology called LTE-M, which is a deviation from the LTE, so the 4G, but dedicated to the machine to machine. So this already brings some added capability of having an important bandwidth between the vehicle and the station and the cloud platform. But it especially brings some low power features, and that is something we are really working on. We don't need a better bandwidth, but we need more low power. And actually, this is something that is already brought by the actual technology. So I wouldn't say that 5G is a breakthrough for our applications where we don't have a lot of data to send, but we have a lot of data, but it doesn't weight a lot of, it's not that much gigaoctates. So we basically focus more on low power technologies and bandwidth.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Arnaud. Thank you, Charles, for the team.